Forests are essential for economic, cultural and social reasons.
They provide ecosystem services on which businesses and sectors depend.
But they're under extraordinary level of threat.
Forests provide humanity with a wide range of services: carbon sinks, biodiversity, and the opportunity to be in touch with the natural world rather than separated from it.
Australia has some of the world's most exciting ecosystems, from the Great Barrier Reef, rainforests, alpine woodlands. They're extraordinary places.
It is one of the world's mega diverse countries. That's 7 countries that contain most of the species on the planet.
Despite being one of the most important places on the planet for biodiversity, Australia is the only developed country in the world that still has widespread deforestation. Up to 500,000 hectares of forest per year is being cleared. And that actually beats countries that you perhaps think of immediately when you imagine deforestation. There's Indonesia for the palm oil industry, for example. We have a truly embarrassing record when it comes to biodiversity extinction. 2,200 species now listed as threatened with extinction. The connection between that loss of forest and our biodiversity extinction crisis is really clear. It is the number one driver of biodiversity loss in this country.
The pennies dropped in investor boardrooms everywhere that actually this poses a significant risk to assets, to portfolios, and actually to whole economies.
Biodiversity underpins about 50% of all the productivity and all the GDP in the entire planet. It underpins forestry, agriculture, fisheries, tourism, the list goes on and on.
Up to 90% of our crops are pollinated by animals. 70% of our medicines are derived from biodiversity. They clean our air, tackle our waste. The collapse of ecosystems is a really serious threat to the prosperity of our nation. The world is facing the dual crises of biodiversity loss and climate change, and we're already seeing the negative impacts of those crises rolling out across the planet.
As the climate changes and we're seeing more erratic climate events, both heat and heavy wind and flood, we have bigger insurance claims. Bigger insurance claims means bigger insurance premiums. Bigger insurance premiums means that all businesses are far less profitable.
Forests are the only way that we know of turning the clock back on climate change. They literally take carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere.
Deforestation is bad for business and it's bad for long-term returns. As we're destroying forests, we're destroying the ecosystem services that forests produce, like clean and healthy soil, the ability to protect land from flooding. They ensure that water supplies are reliable, which is really important for industries like mining, infrastructure and agriculture assets. So there's many, many reasons why we need forests to protect not just industries, but actually whole economies.
The number one cause of broad-scale land clearing in this country has traditionally been agriculture. Clearing of vegetation for beef cattle, for cropping systems and the like.
The idea was that a property with fewer trees was more valuable. We see now that trees help bring rain, help improve soil condition, help manage climate, help draw down carbon from the atmosphere and has a market value already.
Those agricultural businesses that are deforesting are now at huge risk. They're at huge risk of losing markets, and the sustainability of their properties will be in decline. Therefore, investors in those properties stand to lose their investment.
Increasingly, the markets our graziers send their beef into will want to know that that beef is coming from properties that are deforestation-free.
Companies and investors definitely cannot afford to ignore this.
Investors have a crucial role to play through halting and reversing deforestation.
Deforestation should be an engagement priority with companies that are exposed to agricultural supply chains, including food manufacturers, retailers, and banks.
The time to act is now.
We need to protect and restore nature for the long-term interests of our economy and of beneficiaries.
Through committing to deforestation-free supply chains and strengthening due diligence processes, companies can improve risk management, build resilience, and create lasting, responsible wealth for all stakeholders.